so there will be some content later. Today, it's only two of us, Augustas and Rytis, to talk about the main EuroLeague stuff, and we're going to start talking about Panathinaikos and Partizan. Yesterday, it was another, I would say, dominant win from Panathinaikos, although the final score does not necessarily reflect on that, because plus 12 after the final whistle, but Partizan scored the last 10 points, I think, without response, and Ergin Ataman said that he does not care about that. But anyway, I wanted to start talking about Kendrick Nunn. 5 games of at least 25 points. He is the 4th player to do so in EuroLeague's history. He's averaging 28.8 points on 64% 2 points and 47% threes. A historic run, and only Miloš Vujanić, and here thanks to Darius Garuolis, only Miloš Vujanić has scored more points, total points, in a 5-game span ever.
Wow.
What can you say about this? What were your reactions just watching and commentating that game yesterday? Because Kendrick Nunn has been spectacular.
Well, first of all, you should have said that Donatas and Gytis are sidelined, because so many teams are now facing injury troubles.
Coach decision.
So we also have 2 injured guys on the list. We don't have replacements, so it's like one man down, next man up mentality.
We got to step up.
The usual stuff that the players and the coaches say. And Partizan Panathinaikos, it was a pleasure to comment that game yesterday. Talking about Kendrick Nunn, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Keith Langford, because the OGs will never forget how good Keith Langford was. Prime Keith Langford was a problem in the EuroLeague. He was unplayable, unguardable. Also former Panathinaikos player, but he had great seasons with other teams as well in Europe. So he also had 5 consecutive games with 25 points or more. Yeah. But Kendrick Nunn right now, he's playing in a league of his own. Honestly, he's the best player in the league right now without any competition. I know that if we talk about the MVP award, there's basically a race between him and Vezenkov, and it depends on their individual stats as well as on the team performances. So in the end of the regular season, who knows whether the MVP will go to Piraeus or Oaxaca. But right now, Kendrick Nunn is definitely the best player in this league, because in the first half, Partizan were basically just switching, and there were a couple of switches with Brandon Davis where he just cooked Brandon Davis in the perimeter.
On the first step.
Yeah, and then in the third quarter, they started blitzing him to force him to make more passes, to make him a passer, and that was not a problem for him. He started dishing assists to Yurtseven and the other guys. So he dropped 18 points in the first half. Then they started blitzing him, no problem. He didn't score as much in the second half, but he still had huge impact on the game. And recently, I see more effort on defense as well from him. It's like since that suspension happened.
Yeah, exactly. This is where
since that suspension happened, I think he has that healthy anger in him, and he started playing with more effort, more energy, not only focusing on scoring, doing the other stuff as well, playing defense. And playing 37, 38 minutes per game, I mean, it's just insane right now. He's in the league of his own, as I said. You can try to contest his shots. You can guard him however you want to. He can beat you in so many different ways. He can score off the dribble. He can score a mid-range shot, a three-pointer. He can drive to the left, drive to the right, finish through contact. He has that floater. I mean, his bag is so deep. And knowing his size as well, he's like, 195 centimeters in European terms.
You know how it goes with the height of NBA
somewhere
players.
Around that number.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit less.
But still, he's a pretty tall guard.
Pretty tall.
Taller than average, let's say.
Yeah,
so, how can you stop him right now?
I really don't know. I really don't know, because that's what I had written in my notes. Seems like nobody can stop him now. Just 2 possessions stuck in my mind from yesterday. First one was Brandon Davies going up high in the first half on the pick and roll with Kendrick Nunn. And he's just trying, I don't know whether that's an aggressive switch, whether that's a hedge, because I don't know, because Kendrick Nunn just beats him so fast and he is so smooth with his handles. Like, he just goes between the legs, that aggressive hedge or switch, whatever, is beaten. He goes to his spot in that, elbow area and just makes a shot. And it feels like every shot Kendrick Nunn is taking in this 5-game stretch is about to go in. And he's on that level of confidence right now. The other possession I wanted to mention was that left-handed pass when you were to Yurtseven. Because Partizan did the doubling, the same thing they kind of did to Lonnie Walker when they played against Žalgiris, and Lonnie also had an amazing first half, an amazing game. They started doubling him anywhere on the court. They did the same with Kendrick Nunn yesterday. Didn't really matter. That left-handed pass was just, straight through the couple of guys crowding the passing lane. Bullet pass went straight to Yurtseven's hands. He just had to finish that. That was amazing. And another clip now, I remembered it while talking, when he went behind the back. But it also was so smooth. You just can't do it. It seems like the opponent will reach the ball, but boom, all of a sudden he's no longer in the picture of defending Kendrick Nunn. And then he goes on to score. And the numbers are amazing. I don't remember, and for a good reason, I don't remember anybody averaging almost 30 points in a 5-game span. I wonder how long this is going to continue.